I'm going to crack this thing open.
You know how like advent calendars for kids, those chocolate?
Yeah. Yep, we got one.
I'm like that with pumpkin pie.
No, it's my first Marvel movie. Everyone's like, oh my god, you got to see a Marvel movie in theaters. So I'm like, okay, I'll go see Spider-Man.
Maybe they should have been in there because I have some opinions on why Georgia is in the playoffs. They should not be in the playoffs.
Oh my god.
Why should
Not
they?
you.
They just lost.
Welcome to the Beer and Sports Podcast, part of Vince Talk Sports Network. I'm Josh Wingate, Josh Wingate 302. This is my good buddy, Josh Kimmel, Josh Kimmel OUS. How are you doing today? In our afternoon edition of the Beer and Sports Podcast.
Yes, we are here live in the daytime.
Afternoon when I got a hot mug of cold coffee.
A hot mug of cold. Yeah, coffee is better served cold. But yeah, man, it's been a very bleak sports week, yes. I believe. It's been hard. We had to cancel our show. Yeah, we had to cancel our show Monday night because of obviously the situation. There's no way we could have gone live or any other show could have gone live.
I didn't even see it. Like we were about to go live and you came on and you said, I don't think we should go. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's happening? And you're like, what? Turn on the game. And I saw it and I watched what happened and we were both there just not talking, just like stuck in that situation. Like it was an awful scene, and our thoughts and prayers go out to Damar Hamlin, his family, his friends, everyone that knows him. I will say there's a beautiful thing happening around this, and it will all be perfect if only, and we hope that he could just recover fully, and signs are saying good. But what is happening in the sports world right now, the sports community, is they're rallying around a mission that he had in 2020. And they are, I think last I looked, $6 million was raised, I believe. Wow. For his foundation, which is amazing. Like, completely blows my mind. Community is a beautiful thing. And, yes. But, thoughts and prayers to him. Full recovery. But we're going to move on to the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, that was a hard segue. It was just, I mean, there's no other way you can do it.
Yeah, so. There's nothing. But what are your thoughts on Miami right now? No Tua, obvious concussion. And I just noticed your dad thing in the back, which is amazing.
Oh yeah,
I love that.
My kid made that when she was like 4. I've had it ever since.
That's amazing. I love it. No Tua. They've been on a 5-game losing streak. What do they have an opportunity to make the playoffs? Do you think there is a possibility they make the playoffs this year?
Of course, if they beat the Jets this week, and if New England loses to Buffalo this week, yes, they can get in. Of course. Would you have liked to have seen them win one of these games against the 49ers, Chargers, Bills, Green Bay, or Patriots? Of course. The bottom line is they didn't. They went on this road trip to the West Coast. I told everyone that they were going to get their ass handed to them against the 49ers. The Chargers was a very difficult one. I didn't understand how that game would play out. And then the Buffalo game, man, they had a chance to win that game. They really did. That was probably the best game they played in this stretch. Other than that, they've been god-awful, and it's because of injuries. It's because they're missing key pieces. They're missing offensive linemen. They're missing Tua. They're missing Bradley Chubb, who they just traded for. They're missing Xavier Howard for the Patriots game. They're just missing so many pieces. And when you miss that many pieces on this tough stretch of games, you're talking about playoff caliber teams, all of them. Every single team is a playoff caliber team. Without your starting quarterback, without your key pieces, of course. But I don't expect to lose 5 in a row like they did.
No, yeah, I agree. And it shows the value of Tua on this team. He had a part in their winning streak, obviously. He was having a great year. And him going down, do you think – so I'll give my opinion. I think Tua should never play football again, just on the fact of how many concussions he's had. It is a scary thing. And we just talked about another scary thing that happened in football. We saw Luke Kuechly retire early because of injuries and because of concussions. Is Tua going to be suiting up ever again, or do you think he retires after the season?
You know,
Speculation, obviously.
I'm not a medical professional. I don't know how stuff works, but I do know that in professional wrestling, back in June, one of my favorite wrestlers, Adam Cole, had a major concussion. We haven't seen him on TV since. They haven't rushed him back. They're just like, hey, get your mind ready. You know, this is a business. We are a millionaire. We pay you to wrestle on live television, but they're like, get your head right, get everything fixed.
Yeah.
And that was just one concussion. And you know, that's how serious AEW is treating this for Adam Cole. I would like to see the same thing happen with Tua. I would like to see him sit out a full year. I'm not saying retire. I'm not saying don't play. I would just like him to sit out the entire 2023 season, get better, see if you want to play football. You know, they owe it to him, especially, you know, we just saw something tragic on Monday night. We don't want to see anything else happen. You know, and I feel like
a crazy year. Like watching Tua drop like he did, and then watching that, it's just a crazy year. We need, as a human being, I would like to see Tua, exactly like you said, sit out that year, undergo a lot of medical treatment, like get tested, like find out what is going on. Like it's something scary to the fact that, and sorry, I know I interrupted you. It's scary to the fact of he goes out of these games and then they're watching tape and he couldn't remember something. That's how they realized he had a concussion. They didn't know he had a concussion in the game or prior to that. Like, what is going on to where they're not finding this out? Like, that's a scary, scary scene to me.
And how many other players that we don't even know about that aren't high profile like Tua? We know this because he's a high profile quarterback. How many linebackers or offensive linemen or, you know, people that we don't really know on a first name basis are going through the same situation? It's just sad to see a young player, and his career doesn't have to be over. He's young enough to sit out and not be affected. Deshaun Watson sat out for other reasons. You know, Calvin Ridley just sat out a full year for other reasons. What I'm saying is you can sit out a full year and come back to the NFL bigger and better than ever, especially if it's concerning your health. And what's more important, your health or your job?
Oh, 100%.
I think your health. So they just have to understand, hey, we're not suiting up with Tua in 2023. We're going to get a plug-in. Maybe it'll be Jimmy G. Maybe it'll be someone else. And wait for Tua to come back. If we do bring him back, if he wants to come back.
That's the thing. It is a business, and I hate to talk about the human side of things and then go to the business side of things, but it is a business. Will Miami wait for him? Like, he's on a contract year. Like, he needs to produce. Like, get us to the playoffs. Do this, do that. Like,
I think he did enough because, I mean, look at these games without him. They've been extremely bad. I watched the entire Patriots game, and Skylar missed throws that Tua would. There was this one play where Waddle was doing a slant down the middle, wide the freak open. Why? It would have been a touchdown. But Skylar can't see it, and he can't see the fucking lanes, and he can't see the windows, and he just checks it down to Mostert. That's why Mostert had like 1 million catches against the Patriots, because Skylar was too. How many 4th and longs did Skylar Thompson just check it down? Just check it down. It's like, what are you doing? So Tua proved that he is valuable, that he is a very good quarterback. He's not just another guy. You know, he can make the throws. He can make the reads. Can he stay healthy? That's been his entire question throughout his entire career.
Wow.
And I just don't see how you can just give up on him because of concussions. I feel like you just need to let him rest.
Yeah.
Let him sit. Now, I get what you're saying. Well, why would they bother re-signing him? Some teams feel like they owe it to the player. Like, hey, we fucked up. We fucked you up. Here, come back.
But
give it a prove.
It's the NFL. It's the NFL.
But we've seen these contracts before where we've seen it, but it's not often.
I'm trying to think who we recently saw that with. Who was it? Someone got knocked out of. Oh, it was the Steelers with their linebacker.
Ryan
and
Shazier?
They honored his. Yep, Shazier. They honored his contract, and it was. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. So bottom line, does Miami make the playoffs?
No, they do not. They are very bad offensively. It seems like Tua is the real reason why they were winning, not any other reason. Seriously, since that first loss in this 5-game losing streak, they are 14-53 on third downs. 14 for 53. That's historically bad. That's 26% on third down. In perspective, The Denver Broncos on third down conversions all year are the lowest in the NFL. They're at 28%. So the Dolphins are lower in this time frame than the worst team in the NFL on third downs. You can't do that in the NFL, and you're not going to convert third downs with Skylar fucking Thompson or Teddy Bridgewater. You're just not going to. They don't run enough plays on offense. They're running 45, 49, 45 plays. Every game in this loss streak, they haven't eclipsed over 50 fucking plays in a game except for against the Patriots and Bills. In the Bills, they barely did it. They can't stay on the field. Their defense is getting tired. Their defense is hurt. Their defense is banged up. I don't see them beating the Jets. I don't see them making the playoffs.
That's what I was going to ask. You don't think they could beat the Jets Sunday?
I don't.
Is it
not
Sunday
with
or
that
Saturday?
Defense. Not with that defense, not with Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson is he's not ready. I'm watching the 49ers, and I'm like, why can't the Dolphins have a third string quarterback like Brock Purdy? Why are they stuck with this Skylar Thompson bum who can't read a fucking defense? And that's the reason why they're going to lose. They're going to lose because the coaching staff isn't quite there yet, and the quarterback is by far not there.
So are you going to put most of the blame on the collapse on coaching, or what would you put that blame on?
I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know.
I feel like I'm interviewing you right now. I don't know why.
I know.
I'm just like straight question.
Yeah, you're right. But I don't know if it's coaching. I do know that it's poor quarterback play. I can tell you all that. We know that. Yeah. Like if you watch the game, and a lot of people on this network have, Skylar Thompson is checking it down on 4th and 18. Like, what? Throw the ball downfield.
Bad quarterback play started out in with the 49ers with Tua. Like it kind of started there, but then it just got dramatically worse, obviously, because you're on your third string quarterback. So it's just a collection of this 5-game losing streak of bad quarterback play, injuries. And I know a lot of people in the network, I haven't watched, I watched last week's game. I didn't watch the game before. A lot of people are trying to put it on the coach. He's a young coach. Learning growth pains, but I think it comes down to that quarterback play. This team is not built to play from behind or play with mistakes. This team is built.
They are built to play from behind because they can. They can with Tua. We've seen it happen against the Ravens. We've seen it happen. All you have to do is throw it deep to Tyreek accurately, and you're going to be back in the game. Look what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did against the Panthers. All they did, that game was the Panthers dominated that game from start to finish. But what happened was they had 3 long bombs to Mike Evans because that cornerback couldn't cover anybody, and Sam Darnold had 1 bad snap that he didn't know was coming. So the Dolphins can win from behind with Tua. They can't do it with Skylar. No. And it's almost nearly impossible to do it with Skylar. And when you're up 14-0 on the Pats and you need to close them out and you can't do it because you're being outcoached, I mean, come on. It's not a shame to be outcoached by the best coach of all time. Yeah. But he was vastly outcoached that game. But he was down a ton of pieces. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? Like, your whole team is hurt. Your entire team. Xavier Howard didn't play. Bradley Chubb didn't play. Teddy Bridgewater hurt his finger during the game. He wasn't doing great either. At what point do you go, well, the coach doesn't have all of his pieces?
Yeah. And the thing that stinks is the Dolphins gave up, and I say the Bradley Chubb trade is dependent on his availability. Depending on how available he is throughout his career with the Dolphins, that's where you're going to value Bradley Chubb at. And historically, it's been not so good because he has been injured. And then at the same time, you lost the pick because of the value of your owner and his moral compass. But what does the team do? Like, you need to, you have young pieces and you need to build on that. So what do you do at this point? Like, you don't have young pieces to build on.
Here's what you do next year. Because I'm looking to next year. I'm not looking to 2022. You're not making the playoffs. Even if you get in, you're getting blown out. It's not worth it. You do what your original plan was. You do your original plan. You fire this fucking coach. Sorry. I actually like him.
Fire
Sean
coach?
Payton. You hire Sean Payton. You get Tom Brady in there.
What?
You get Tom Brady in here. 1 year. Let Tua sit. Boom. Tom Brady, Sean Payton. Like it should have been this year.
the Saints are already saying they want more than a first round pick, and I get like the value will drop. This is their high point.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you giving up to get Sean Payton?
I don't know. Make it happen.
You have a second round pick. You're giving up your second round pick, and you're not going to have a pick till the third?
Look, this is the thing. We're a fucking show that we just talk shit, right? We just spitball ideas. This is the ideal, perfect situation. This is what they wanted last year. Let's do it in 2023. Yeah, I'll leave all the details to the professionals. I'm just saying, as a Dolphins fan and someone that wants to see this team win, I don't like Tom Brady. I don't like him as a person. I really don't. But if he wants to be here and Sean Payton wants to follow, and they have this Tyreek and Waddle, all these weapons, just do it for 1 year. Why not? Tom clearly wants to be there. Sean Payton was attached to that earlier last year, and it got all messed up.
Was it Sean Payton or was it Jim Harbaugh?
Well, both, but Sean Payton was also rumored as well. So let's do it. Why not? There's been many coaches hired not many actually. It'd be tough to fire him after 1 year, but if you're getting Sean Payton out of it, I'd do it.
Would you do it for Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah, I would.
Huh? Because that's more likely the scenario. Because you're not giving up anything. There's a connection with Michigan, with Ross to Jim Harbaugh, and obviously Tom Brady could be a minority owner in the future. So I feel like that's more likely your scenario, and that's what was going to happen last year.
So let's run it back. Let's do it again and see if and don't get caught this time or do anything stupid. Don't let Bill Belichick send any text out.
Yeah, right. But it just sucks for future. Are you firing? And I know we need to move on, but are you firing the GM of the Miami Dolphins? Because I feel like he's done an awful job.
I'll leave that up to people that know more than I do. I'm not in the business of putting people on the streets and firing people. I just said, we could fire our head coach, but McDaniel, I don't care if he gets fired. Honestly, I'm okay if he stays. I really am.
Yeah,
I think he's okay.
He's a building block. I think he's a very good piece to this team.
I think so too. And I don't think he has all the pieces he wants. I think he tried to trade for Mostert and Jeff Wilson to give him the familiarity of what he knew, but I don't think in the end game that's what he wants at the running back position. And I don't think his offensive line is built to run that zone run that he wants to run. Yeah. I don't think they're built that way. And I think that he needs to build that. You need to give him time. Not everyone can come in and just reload a whole team. Look what he's done from the start of the year to now. Yes, they were 8-3. Yes, they're 8-8. I totally get it. But I did not expect this team to come out on fire like that. I did not expect it.
Yeah.
And they have. So when there's
a philosophy.
Healthy, they're awesome.
Yeah. There's a philosophy in college football. You give a head coach 3 to 4 years. You can't fire him in that period because he hasn't got his team in yet. So you have to kind of, with how sports is turning, the NFL's turning, you have to kind of almost bring that in. Give a coach at least 2 to 3 years, get his team, figure out what he's going to do. Because there's been beautiful parts to the Miami Dolphins this year. If you can build on that, you got a playoff team. And there was talks Miami could at one point be a Super Bowl contender in this season.
I know.
So just build on it.
With Tua.
Yeah, just build on it and see where it goes.
I mean, it's a must-win week. It's a must-win game this week. I don't think they're going to do it. I really don't. I don't have any faith in that quarterback staff, but I'm hoping they do, and I hope the Bills' minds are right. I mean, it's going to be hard, obviously. Yeah. Playing a football game literally a week after everything happened. It's hard. I don't want to get back on that, but how do you play football if you're the Bills or Bengals next week?
I don't know. I thought about that too. It's a awful situation to walk into and to do. Right now, I'm looking at the schedule, and it's saying the Bengals have a bye week.
No, the Bengals play the Ravens. This is to be determined. They don't know the time yet.
Oh, okay.
They're home against the Ravens, and the Bills are. I think the Bills play. They're home against the Patriots.
Yeah. So right now, the current playoff spot in the AFC is the Chiefs at the number 1 seed, Bills 2, Bengals 3, Chargers at 5. Ravens at 6, and in the hunt for the 7. Okay. Also, the Jaguars have the 4th seed. It looks like.
Yep. Right now, if everything stopped today, they'd be the division winners.
Yeah, but they play the Titans, and that can decide the fourth seed for the playoff.
Yep.
And the one spot up for grab would be the seventh seed with the Patriots, who play the Bills, and that could either be the Dolphins or the Steelers.
Yep. Like I said, I think the Dolphins lose already. I think
Yep.
the Steelers, God, it'd be so much fun. Not that who do you think's going to get in, but out of those three teams, Patriots, Dolphins, Steelers, who do you want in? Who do you want in to
I want the
lose to the number
Steelers.
2 seed? So do I. I would like the Steelers in there. They're a more fun team. I think their coach is awesome. I love Mike Tomlin, and I would
Well,
like
and
to
here's
see.
the fun fact: Steelers have never had a losing season.
Yeah, with I know. I yeah, it's going to be good. I hope they definitely win. I don't know who they're playing. They have to playing Cleveland or yeah, they're playing Cleveland.
They're playing
So
Cleveland.
yeah, everyone plays the division matchup the last week, and the Bengals already have the Ravens. So I'm assuming they play Cleveland. Let's see when that game is. That game is slated
Bengals.
for 1:00 on Sunday at Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a big game. I do want to see the Steelers in. I don't know what needs to
Yeah.
happen. I think the Patriots and Dolphins need to lose, and Steelers need to win. That's it.
I think Bills win. I know there's a lot going
Yep.
on in their head right now, but there's also something for them to fight for. And I believe in a huge rallying cry and just to respect the Bills show for Damar Hamlin. I think it's going to be a beautiful thing to watch the Bills play. I think they're going to be just on a mission, and it's going to be a scary thing to watch.
Yes. So I don't know. I mean, I guess nobody's explored this, but I don't know how it would work. If the Bengals lose, they go down to 11-5. The Bills win, they go up to 13-3, so they can't catch the Bills anyway. The Chargers sitting there at 10-6, but they can't go up to a 3 seed. So I don't know if there's a situation where this Bills Bengals game needs to be replayed. It won't matter in the end because I don't
Yeah.
think the 4 seed, the Jaguars, can't catch the Bengals. So if the Bills win, this game does not need to be played. And that's what I
Yeah.
keep on trying to tell people. They might not play this game ever until the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, I just did the math for everyone. I don't know why this is such a big. That's what the NFL's banking on. The NFL's banking on the Bills to win. If the
Yeah.
Bills win, no matter what, the Bengals can't catch them in seeding, so nothing matters. I guess it would matter if the Chiefs lose, because then the Chiefs would be 13-4, and the Bills could have that chance to get up to 13 to tie the Chiefs. But I don't know if that would matter with tiebreakers. I don't know.
So who do you think goes in? Jaguars or Titans? And who do you think and who do you want?
Where are they at? Are they in Tennessee? This
They're
matters.
playing each other.
I know they're playing each other, bro. They're in Tennessee. No, they're in Jacksonville on a Saturday night. Duval will be rocking.
Yeah.
I'm picking the Jags. They were my preseason pick to win this division. Remember that show? I Jaguars.
Yeah.
I did. So I'm sticking with my team. I'm picking not my
I
team,
picked
but I'm
the
sticking with the
Colts.
Jaguars bet. And I'm happy the Jaguars are decent. I'm happy Trevor Lawrence is actually really good at football. I was really worried about his first season, but Urban Meyer's is a trash bag. So, yeah, Jaguars. That's why I want in. That's why I'm picking. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with that. I want to see the next evolution of quarterback. And I was told I was dumb earlier in the year that I like Trevor Lawrence, and I'd take Trevor Lawrence over a lot of people. He's looking really good right now. And it'll be fun to watch him elevate his play and continue what he's doing. And it's fun to watch new teams get into the playoffs. So
Let's just look at this quarterback AFC playoff. So you got the Mahomes, you have Josh Allen, you have Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, and Mac Jones. That's the youth. Not Mac Jones. Like, he's young, but he's not the future. But that's the future of the NFL, literally in the AFC playoffs. Like, that's it. Look at those quarterbacks I just named. You can't match that in the NFC. You just can't.
and take Mac Jones out and put in what's his name with the Steelers.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett. Or if Tua was healthy, put the Dolphins in there.
Yeah.
Tua.
Young.
So.
We're watching a new evolution of quarterbacks come in.
In the AFC, it's a beautiful thing. The NFC is not so.
So it's still there, I think. Let's go talk about them. Eagles have the number 1 seed right now. If they win, they clinch it up. They play the Giants. If they lose, 49ers win. 49ers get that number 1 seed. If both of those teams lose and Dallas wins, Dallas gets that number 1 seed. So let's talk Eagles number 1, 49ers number 2, Vikings number 3, Buccaneers number 4, Dallas is sitting at number 5, Giants are sitting at number 6,
And
and
locked in. They're clinched.
yeah, they're clinched. And then you got the Seattle currently in that 7 seed, and on the bubble right now are the Lions and Packers. And from what I understand, if the Packers win, they jump and go into the 7th seed no matter what.
Yes. This is wild. So
yeah.
Let's start from the top. Let's start at the top. Eagles, Giants. Giants have no reason to play these players. They are locked in at the number 5 seed no matter what. They can't move down to the number 6 seed. They can't move down to the number 7 seed. Or not, no, they're locked into the 6 seed. They can't move down to the 7 seed. They can't. There's no reason for them to play their players against the Eagles. This should be an easy win for the Eagles, unfortunately. Right? Unfortunately,
yeah,
for
I'm fine
Cowboy
with it.
fans.
I'm fine with it. No, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, because you want the 2 seed to play the Bucks. Or not the 2 seed. You want that? They'd be the.
Well, there's a lot. There's too many parameters for Dallas right now. We need the 49ers to lose. We need the 49ers to lose. We need the Eagles to lose. They're playing the Giants and the Cardinals. Like,
yeah,
I would love for this game to be over with. When do the Cardinals and 49ers play?
Cardinals 49ers play.
What time?
Sunday 4:25. Sunday 4:25.
So all these games are going on at the same time. I was hoping one of these games would be done, and Dallas would have to go in and be like, okay, we'll just rest our players. I'm at the point like, let's just rest our players anyway. We're getting beat up right now. Let's just stick with that 5th seed.
And plus, yeah, if you stay with the 5 seed, you get an easy matchup against the Bucs.
You know who you're playing next week.
You get revenge from week 1. And, I mean, come on, the Buccaneers are trash. You should be able to steamroll them in Tampa.
Yeah.
You would think. You would think.
And you get your much-needed bye week that you'd be fighting for anyway with the playoff, or with the 1 seed.
There you go. The Vikings are the worst playoff team I've ever seen in my life. But
the Vikings are?
Gosh.
They're over the Buccaneers.
Do you know their playoff their differential in points? They're like the first team ever with negative. What's their they're negative.
Vikings are?
Their points differential. Let me see what they are. Net points, negative 19 points. So their points differential, they're negative 19 on the season. And they're 12-4. I'm not lying
because of that Dallas game.
And because of the game last week. And they usually either get blown out or they win by 1 score. There's no other in between. There's no in between. It's insane how they play football.
Him on here.
Net points, negative 19. In perspective, the Cowboys are plus 145. The Eagles are plus 127. All right, the Giants are 0, so they're just even. 30.
That's crazy.
The Buccaneers are
negative 32.
I know
negative 32.
They're not 12-4. That's the thing. The Vikings are 12-4.
Potential Pittsburgh Steelers, negative 52.
But they're not 12-4. Do you see the difference? Like they've won 12
I get
games.
that, yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Because when they've lost big, and when they've won close.
Exactly. So let's go back down to the bottom 3 teams: Seahawks, Detroit, Green Bay. Who do you think's getting in, and who do you want in? I think
Green Bay's getting in. Yeah. I would love for Seattle to get in, but I think Packers are locking up winning. Actually, do you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, like this Lions team, they're scary. I would hate to have to play the Lions. But then also at the same time, I would hate to not have the destiny of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers holds this in his own. So who are you counting on? Aaron Rodgers, or are you counting on Dan Campbell in this area?
If I had to put money on
Viking Dave in here.
If I had to put money on it, I'm definitely taking Viking Dave's here. What's up? Bills need to win to get the number 1 seed. I know we said that. We said that, Dave. Simple shit. Walk the water. What I said was what I want. I want my ball in Aaron Rodgers' hand to get into the playoffs because Dan Campbell, we all know how I feel about him. I have no idea how he's 8-8. He's the Michael Scott of football. He has no idea how he got there, but he did it. Good for him. But
there's a value in head coaching of a motivator, and that is what he is. He is a motivator, and people know this. He's not the greatest offensive mind. He's not the greatest defensive mind. Somehow he gets credit for the failures on the offensive side, gets credit for the failures on the defensive side. But he is the ultimate motivator, and that's what I love about him. And I think he's going to be a very good head coach in the league.
I think this is his peak. I think this is where he peaks. I think 8-8 playing for the playoffs on Sunday Night Football Week 18 is his peak. I don't see him outperforming this ever again. I really don't. And that being said, I think Green Bay wins. They get into the playoffs. You don't bet against Aaron Rodgers, the best player of all time, the best quarterback of all time, the GOAT.
Can we tell him to get an avatar on Twitch?
Yeah, Dave.
If you're going to come on here, you get an avatar.
Yeah, Dave. We don't acknowledge people with no profile pictures. You loser. You troll. Just kidding. Love you, buddy. No, but yeah, I want the Packers in. Packers, they get the 7 seed. They get to play the 49ers. The 49ers get to be.
I don't want the Packers. I want the Packers to be out as much as possible because screw the Packers.
This is destiny. 49ers own him. That doesn't matter. He'll lose in the first round.
Ooh.
Don't listen to Bully Bait. He's another troll just like Dave Campbell.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks, Bully Bait. Appreciate it.
He said that it has implications for. So that depends. So if the Raiders lose, which you anticipate against the Chiefs, then the game doesn't have to play, right? It won't matter for the number 1 seed.
I don't know. Well, Dave's saying so they'd be 14-3. The Bills, if they win, they'd be 13-3, and then if they win again, if they beat the Bengals, they'd be 14-3 and get the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. So they would get the number 1 seed because they have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs already. So that Bengals game, no matter what, should be played or needs to be played or something needs to happen. I don't know, but now we're just waiting. This has been like an odd year. My entire day, and I know this is like small shit, nobody cares, and everyone's dealing with it. But my entire day today and yesterday has been dealing with fantasy football payouts, and everyone's been super cool. I'm not saying everyone's like, "Where's my money? Where's my money?" Everyone's been super cool, but nobody knows how to handle this. I've had people tell me, it just the way it ends.
Whoa, calm down, Viking Dave. Don't raise your voice. We don't need that.
Yeah, Dave, we don't need your caps. Yeah, I don't even know if this is the real him. I don't even know. Because I don't see a picture.
Okay, whoa. Even Alexa's willing to dial it down a little bit.
So that's what our life has been. And it sucks because there's bigger things that need to be addressed before we deal with fantasy football playoff payouts. But gosh, it's been you're lucky. You're not in any league. You're just.
No, I'm so happy. Like my stress level has gone down. I do miss being in fantasy football this year. I don't think I'll ever run a league again. It's so stressful, especially when you have douchebag friends that just live to stress you out because they know they can. So,
I agree. I'm done. I'm not done commissioning, but I'm over it because of this situation. You have 2 owners or 2 managers asking, "Hey, is this split at 50-50?" And the other guy's like, "No, we'll just wait till it gets played." And it's like, can we just? I just want it to be resolved. This shit should have been over. Let's figure it out. Anyway, 2 cents. Yeah, running the league sucks. Waiting for people to pay. Look, if they don't pay, you're booted. As simple as that.
2 cents was worth it there.
If you don't pay, booted. If in dynasty leagues you don't pay, you don't get a job.
I got a rule here. When I was running a league, even though I'm not doing it anymore, it was you had until a certain deadline to pay. If you did not pay, you had a fine added on each week that you did not pay. It was a 10% fine each week.
Late fees compounded with interest. Yep. That's insane. I like that though.
And then all that money that got collected went straight to the winner.
Boom. All the interest, all the fines and fees.
Yep.
I'm in a league where.
And if you didn't pay altogether, you're kicked out of the league and
exiled.
Yep.
Exiled. I'm in a league where we do beer. There's 12 members and the one winner gets $40 worth of beer sent to them by all the 11 other owners. We split this year, so it looks like I'm getting half that because I was in the championship game. So that's a cool system. It's not stressful. Nobody paid, but we're all shipping beer. I'll probably get beer shipped to me like 5 months from now. People always forget. I forgot last year.
I'm sad because I can't, I technically could drink a beer right now because I'm on my lunch break right now for work. And in our rules, we can drink, just don't be drunk kind of thing.
You have that rule? That's your bylaw at your job? Like it's in your
Yeah,
contract?
yeah.
You guys can drink, just don't be drunk.
Yeah. It's basically you can drink because we can't stop you.
They brought that up in the work day one orientation.
It's in our
Josh Wingate, new employee.
Yeah,
am I allowed to drink? Am I allowed to drink?
It's in our
alcohol?
handbook. It's in our handbook. You're allowed to drink. Just be presentable to customers and clients. But I don't even know where I was going with it. My wife bought me for Christmas.
You're like Michael Scott at fucking Chili's trying to woo the client. I want my baby back, margaritas.
She bought me 2 4-packs or 6-packs, maybe. I don't know which ones they were, of beer, and I'm excited to try them. So that'll be for next week. She got me cool ones. One of them has the Christmas Story pajamas pants on, like cool looking beer, and then another one. Because we all go off of what the picture looks like, right?
Yeah, you only buy a beer off of labels. That's the number one rule of beer buying. If the label's cool, you buy it. All right. Do you want to talk about this bullshit college football?
I want to talk about how you get a little buzz. It's fine because that's true. But I respect the people I work with too much to even attempt to do that.
I've done it when I was working on cars, body shop.
You probably needed to with the weather.
I remember it sucked with the weather. I remember every year NCAA football, there was a Chili's next to my dealership, and I would go there and have a couple margaritas, and I get a little buzz.
Yeah, you're all about those Chili's, aren't you?
Because I was right down the road. And then I would go back to work, freaking buzzed as hell, hot as shit, throwing up not because you're drunk. It's just the alcohol in you and the heat. Fuck that. Never again. But I did do that a lot for NCAA tournament during the daytime. But let's pivot to NCAA. Your Georgia Bulldogs are going back to the final against TCU. TCU is a big underdog, 12.5 point underdogs. The total is 62.5, so they're expecting a lot of points in this game.
Yeah.
Do you see any way that TCU can win? Anyway, they were a what plus? I forgot what the number was, but the number of them went to win the national championship in the beginning of the year was astronomical.
Yeah, could you imagine throwing money down on that? I think it's so cool. Like I'm excited TCU got in because I think it's so cool to see a new team come in, like TCU, and I know undefeated, great for them. First time head coach, or not first time, but new head coach Sonny Dykes. Max Duggan. He reminds me a lot of Tim Tebow. Just everything about him. So I'm scared, really scared about that.
I was going to ask you, is that a scary thing, or is that
that's a scary thing to me. College football, that's scary. That's very scary. But I think Georgia's just too quick, and if they're going to lock in that defense. If they don't lock in that defense, then there's going to be issues. But they always come back. They lock it in. TCU does run the air raid, which can get a little scary sometimes, but this defense, if they lock in, it's over. Georgia will blow them out, and that's the big part of it.
Blowout. Yeah, I'm expecting a huge blowout. I'm expecting to watch 0 of this game, 0 seconds, just like
you got to watch all of it.
I'm not going to. I'm really not going to. I don't even know when it is. I don't even care.
It's Monday.
When it is.
Monday night.
Oh, Raw. I'll be watching Raw. Cool.
No.
Yeah, I'll be watching Raw. I'm hoping. By the way, Sasha Banks debuted in New Japan Pro Wrestling this morning at like 2 a.m. our time. She's got a new name and she's a new wrestler, so it's awesome. So I want to let everyone know that she's back. I know you don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
2 o'clock in the morning. I was watching it.
I know you don't care, but what are your thoughts on this game?
That's my thoughts. I don't care. It's
we don't tell me. Monday night we got on here. And you said, man, I was, sucks what happened. But I was excited for this show because I got a lot of stats.
I did. You know what I did with those stats? I lost them. I'm not going to lie to you. I lost them. But the thing is, I don't care. College football doesn't perk me up. It doesn't pique my interest at all. I just don't understand
why not? What about it? Because early on for me, it was the turnover rate was just so great in college football. It's hard to latch on to something and watch them.
That's it.
Is that
It's too hard for
okay?
me to follow players. It's too. I like the Dolphins. I root for the Dolphins. I hope they win, but if they lose, I don't really care. That's just the way I
Yeah.
am. I more celebrate players, and I like players. I'm huge into fantasy. I get attached to someone like an Aaron Rodgers or a Justin Herbert. I just love players. You know, T.J.
So
Watt's
why don't you
awesome.
attach to college football, watch college football from abroad, and then latch onto a player
Because
and
it's
watch
so
that
hard
team?
for me because once that player's gone or he transfers or he does that or I don't want to see blowouts. Usually those stud players are on teams that are awesome and every game is 52-4. You know, I just have no interest in wasting 3 hours of my life. Who's the person watching the Georgia versus Samford game when it's 55-0? Who's that person? Right? It's not me. And that's 80% of these fucking games. I just can't handle it. It's
I'm
such a
watching
waste.
I'm the person that watches every second of that game.
It's such a
Every
waste of my
second.
time. Now there are high profile games, and those games can be great. You know, there was a lot of close games this weekend. I just didn't care about it because once I saw TCU versus whoever, I'm like, well, what's the point? What's the point? There's
Yeah,
no point
you
of watching this
watched.
anymore.
But hold up. Prior to this, I believe you said it doesn't matter. We already know who's going to win, Michigan and Georgia. But Michigan did not win. Michigan did not win. So I thought after seeing that, you would be so fired up and excited, rooting for TCU to make that upset. I'm so willing for you to go against me with Georgia and say, I'm rooting for TCU. I'm watching this game and I want to watch TCU win. I'm so for that.
I want TCU to win. I'm not going to lie. I don't want Georgia to win at all. But I have no stakes in the game, and I couldn't name more than 3 players in this entire game, and that's a problem with me. Not maybe because I don't focus on college, maybe, but I just do not like college football. The rules suck. The overtime rules suck. The you only have to get 1 foot in for a catch sucks. You catch a ball and you fall to the ground and you're down sucks. The pass interference rule sucks. The targeting rule.
Why does
sucks.
I think the pass interference rule is great.
Why? So
Why not?
let me tell you this: a 70-yard bomb, right? So you're telling me as a defensive back, I'm just gonna tackle this guy because I'd rather save a touchdown and not go down 7-0.
That's still a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, big fuck! At least he didn't score a touchdown. So I'm doing that every fucking time. Now in the NFL, it's a spot foul, like it should be, because you're intentionally.
No.
You're intentionally.
So you're telling me you can be at the end of a game, bomb it down to the 1 yard line, pass interference just off of the mix up, and then you get down that 1 yard line and you get a untimed down. Does that make sense?
Because you intentionally pass interfered. If you didn't interfere with the pass,
doesn't mean intentional. You were just going up and then flag was thrown.
What I'm saying is, if I'm a defensive back and I know I'm getting beat and it's going to be a touchdown, I'm tackling that fucking receiver, and I'll take the 15 yards. And it's so dumb. I just hate their rules. The rules don't prepare players. Now players adjust, of course, but the rules don't prepare players for the NFL. These rules are totally different. I can't stand these rules. Hate them. Targeting rule is the worst. There was like 20 seconds left in the game, and they're reviewing if this guy targeted or not. The game's fucking over. The game's over.
Well, it has
What are we wasting our
implications
time
to the
for?
next week.
I know it does, and that's so fucking stupid. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb.
It's not dumb. I think it's smart. And targeting might be coming to the NFL. So there's that.
I mean, 20 seconds into the game, even the announcer's like, oh, come on, this game's fucking over. Oh, we got to review targeting to make sure he didn't put his head down and do this and he's suspended for it's bullshit. Get away. Look, if it's a very, very bad hit, like crazy bad, sure. But just because he made a tackle like that, you're going to review it for fucking
Well, what we would
minutes?
like to tell people, like digging in the trenches is the Hawk smash the like button and subscribe.
There you go.
So before we get off here, we didn't talk about it. How was your holiday?
It's good. We had fun. The kids loved it. It was the best Christmas ever. New Year's Eve, fell asleep early, didn't even see the ball drop, which
You
I'm
were
okay with.
such an old. My daughter stayed awake for the ball to drop.
I went to sleep at 10 and I woke up at 12:05, and I said,
Jesus.
"Cool, going back to bed." But yeah, other than that,
You're such an old man. You
It was
can't
like-
stay like you're the person now waking up Monday morning like, oh my god, can't believe the NFL is so late. They need to start these games a little earlier
I am.
because you fell asleep.
I'm jealous of the West Coast people. I hate East Coast time because I cannot stay up till midnight watching. That's another reason why I'm not watching the college football game, because that game will start at 7 or 8. Who knows? In college football games go fucking 5 hours sometimes.
And I'm pumped. I'm staying awake till 2 o'clock if Georgia wins because I'm just so pumped.
So how was your holiday?
I'll text you. It was great. Amazing. Daughter got everything she could ever want. Santa was amazing. And then daughter stayed awake for New Year's. And yeah, we celebrated. And then the amazing thing, if you were watching and you were awake, the ball drops. Ohio State lines up for the field goal literally like a minute later, misses the field goal. So ball drops, celebrate, Georgia win. Let's go.
There you go. Couldn't be better.
Yeah, but definitely. Again, Josh Wingate 302, Josh Kimmel US, Mugs and Balls on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. We got to our 500th subscriber, so we will be giving away a jersey. Stay tuned to Finn's Talk Network for more information.
Who are you picking? If you get it, if you had to pick a jersey, who would you pick?
Does it have to be a Dolphins jersey?
No. It doesn't have to be Dolphins. But let's do both. Let's see what you would want in a Dolphins.
If it's a Dolphins jersey, I am getting a female's jersey for Waddle.
Okay.
And I'm handing that to my wife because she's a big Waddle fan. She's like, oh, is he the guy that does the Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
If I am, I don't know. I'm not a jersey guy, really.
Not a jersey guy either. If I had to go Dolphins, I would definitely go Waddle. Solid choice, a white Waddle. And if I any jersey in the NFL, I'm definitely going
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah,
no, because his time has passed. I do want an Aaron Rodgers jersey eventually, but I would definitely go Micah Parsons. I think he's my favorite player in the NFL right now.
I can't. I'm forever tagged to not liking Micah Parsons, even though I will admit I was wrong every time. I can't get a Micah Parsons jersey.
That's who I would pick. So there's my choices. So congratulations to whoever wins or whoever has won. I'm not going to lie. I haven't paid attention to that, but congratulations. Hopefully it's me. Can I win? Bobby, can I win?
Anyway, subscribe, like, do all the good things. We appreciate you. Happy holidays. Belated Merry Christmas. And yeah. Peace out.
I don't have any final words. I don't have any
What's your
final words,
word?
but if you can donate to
Yes.
the Hamlin's GoFundMe account, please go do that. I know, it's already reached over 6 million. Even if you can do $5, anything helps.
Yes.
Support it. Why not? You spend $5 on a cup of coffee every day. I'm sure you can spend $5 on to this great GoFundMe account. Can you post that link in our description?
I don't know if I can do that now, but I will have you tweet it out later.
Perfect. I'll do that.
All right. Yep. Appreciate you guys.